Hey folks, welcome to Trucking and the 2023 Los Angeles Auto Show. We are here right now to take a look at that, the redesigned 2025 Subaru Forester. And yeah, it's been redesigned, but honestly this feels just like an update because when you have a model that's as successful as the Forester, well, you don't want to change it too much. So let's dive into those changes right now. Let's start with the powertrain. So standard here on the Forester is a 2.5-liter boxer engine. It's making 180 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque, and that is sent through a CVT and of course Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive, which is standard, which is Subaru's thing. Now, just looking at the Forester, I kind of said this off the top, it's not a massive redesign. The front fascia is where you're really gonna notice it the most. It is different looking, and I think just made maybe a little more sleek. The last Forester felt a little boxier looking. This one's actually feeling a little bit more rounded off. And then we can come around to the back because another thing Subaru mentioned is that the rear here, they made it more upright. They tried to make this rear overhang kind of directly vertical, and that's helping to maximize your space here at the rear end, especially for cargo, because the Forester used to swoop down a little bit more, and that cut off your cargo space. Plus, I like these cool symmetrical all-wheel drive badges, and it gives you that kind of floating roof effect. So the design here, definitely massaged, but not a massive update. Now we're inside this new Forester, and much like the outside, the interior is changed, but it's just not a massive update. This feels fairly similar to modern day Subarus. Really, the updates that have arrived here that are going to make a big difference are all underneath the skin. They're technology and safety based. So things like the Subaru says that it's over 30% quieter for this generation. They use the WRX steering, so apparently this steering is going to be even more sort of focused now, a little bit more rewarding to drive. They say that the front seats have been updated, make them more comfortable, and I will say they are fairly comfortable just sitting here. And then safety, Subaru EyeSight system. It is standard on this Forester, and it comes with all sorts of different safety features, things like lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control. But there's some new things that have been added, like emergency stop assist. So essentially, Subaru says if the driver becomes unresponsive and is using adaptive cruise control and isn't responding to alarms and warnings, well, the vehicle is actually going to come to a stop, put on the hazard lights, unlock the doors, and then if you are subscribed to Starlink, it will also call emergency services for you. So these are the sorts of safety things Subaru is installing in their vehicles. Another one, emergency steering assist. If the Forester thinks you're going to crash, it's actually gonna steer the vehicle to try to avoid that collision. So that goes sort of one step beyond just a lane keep system, because Subaru is really focused on, yeah, like I said, avoiding the collision at the last second. So the EyeSight system has been improved. There's even more functionality here. In general, actually, they say the cameras have been updated too, so the whole system should just be smoother and quicker to operate. So yes, looking at the new Forester, those are the things that are interesting here, all the new technology and safety gear. And then another really fun one I like, they updated the HVAC system, so it is only gonna focus on people in seats. If there's no one in the seat, the HVAC's not gonna blow there, so it's not gonna focus on the whole cabin. It's gonna say, hey, who's sitting where? Let's just try and heat or cool those seats. So these are interesting ideas that Subaru is trying to bring to this vehicle to just make it, that much more convenient. Let's take a look at the second row. And of course, for me, it's always, well, do I fit? I stand at 6'2". And I do fit, but the headroom is a little lacking. My hair is brushing up on the roof, not quite my head. But yeah, headroom leaves a little something to be desired. Knee room here actually feels fine. My legs are nice and low, so a fairly comfortable second row. You just gotta watch it if you're a little bit taller. For amenities, I do have a USB-A and a USB-C port. I also have heated seats here in the second row as well, which is pretty nice. And then we can take a look at the back and go look at the storage. I mentioned this rear end design and the way they kind of cut it off here, made it vertical. Well, again, that's actually going to give you more storage capacity. And this is a legitimately large storage space in here, even with that second row in play. You could fit quite a bit of stuff. You get a couple hooks here if you want to hook some bags on or maybe tie something down. And then let's take a peek at what's under the floor. And there's going to be a spare under there. Let's take a look. There it is. You do have a spare tire here in the Forester, which actually is important these days because not all vehicles come with spares anymore, so it's always important to check. So yes, again, a Subaru is always sort of pitched as a bit more of an adventure vehicle, a vehicle you want to take off-road or kayaking or exploring, so having that storage space is definitely important, and it's here in the Forester. So you've gotten a pretty good sense, I hope, for what this new 2025 Forester is all about. And they are calling this the 6th generation of Forester. So yes, they're saying it's a brand new gen. But once again, if you look closely, it feels like a heavy refresh or a heavy update. And really, those safety features, I think, is what sets a Subaru apart these days. Plus, of course, the symmetrical all-wheel drive. Now, this Forester is going to go on sale in the spring of 2024. And don't forget, it is a 2025 model year vehicle. So now, of course, I need to hear what you think. Go in the comments. Let me know what you think of this update. Did Subaru do enough? Should they have done more? Do you own a Forester? Do you like it? Please let us know. We are curious. And then always, while you're down there leaving that comment, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member of Truck King, and then come right back here to the channel to see what we're testing next. See ya.